The news at noon starts right now.
Not just murder charges, but capital murder charges. That's what's on the table for the person who shot and killed 2 people at a West Side apartment complex.
Police found both victims in the laundry room of the complex. It is in the 100 block of Rustleaf Drive, not far from Joint Base Lackland.
Katrina Weber's been following the story, and she tells us why this may be something that residents won't soon forget.
A call just after 11 last night led San Antonio police to a whole load of trouble at the laundry of the Arbors on Rustleaf Apartments. People in the 100 block of Rustleaf Drive had become alarmed after first hearing multiple gunshots.
When they heard those gunshots, they came out and they saw 2 people down in the laundry room of this complex.
Officers quickly determined both of the wounded, 2 men, had died. One of them, they say, was 18 years old. Beyond that, they didn't have much to say because there was a lot investigators still didn't know. They did not find any witnesses right away. Although police say no one actually saw the shooting happen, they definitely may see signs of it. There is blood both inside and outside this laundry room, as well as bullet holes in the walls. Craig McLaughlin was surprised to see this kind of mess. He showed up planning to do a normal Monday morning cleaning of the room.
I come in early, knock it out, and it's pretty clean for the most part.
To him, it was an unusual sight, but while some of his neighbors found it frightening, he says he's not especially worried.
I'm aware. I have cameras around. I do have protection.
McLaughlin believes the deadly shootings are probably an isolated case. Police are not sure what to make of it yet, but they plan to continue investigating. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
It's all cleared up now, but if you look at that, you'll notice a huge mess this morning. A traffic headache for drivers after an 18-wheeler crashed and ended up hanging off an overpass. That crash was reported around 3 this morning at southbound I-35 at New Laredo Highway, not far from Loop 410 interchange. The highway was shut down in both directions for several hours. We are still working to find out if anyone was hurt and what led to that crash.
And of course, that crash causing backups on the roads, forcing drivers to take a different route. Our traffic authority kept people informed this morning on the air and online. The traffic section of KSAT.com has the latest information for your commute. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now, and that will get you to our traffic page.
Once again, still trying to figure out what caused it. Could have been some wet roads because some of those roads around town were wet after some rain rolled through in the middle of the night.
Yeah, we had some storms overnight. It was a little loud at times as these storms came through. Leftover storms from out west. It wasn't severe here around San Antonio, but it did drop a little bit of rain. Let me show you sort of a recap here of how this transpired. Storms developed out west. We had a complex of showers and storms make their way towards San Antonio right around 2 a.m. That's when we saw some moderate to light rain. The heavier stuff was down there south of Pleasant, and that quickly moved east. But in its wake, we got some very gusty winds, and in fact, a report of a 71-mile-per-hour wind gust there in New Braunfels. That was just after 3 a.m. Now things have cleared out, although we still do have cloud cover and a lot of it. It's going to stay fairly cloudy here next several hours, and I don't anticipate a ton of sun as we get into the afternoon hours, so that'll keep temperatures down somewhat. Right now, we've got temperatures in the 70s, 78 at the airport, 79 Randolph, 81 Seguin, 83 in New Braunfels, 73 right now, Bernie Stage with cloudy skies there. Here's a look at our KSAT 12-hour forecast. We'll get it up to 85 by 3 p.m., 6 p.m. 85 degrees, 84, 7 o'clock. I think we may start to see a little bit more clearing this evening. You'll also notice some gusty winds. Winds gusting out of the southeast anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. And temperatures falling down into the 70s as we get into tonight. Coming up, we're going to take a look at some rainfall totals. Plus, we'll talk severe weather. It's that time of year. We've got some stats for you coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. The solicitation capital murder trial of Angelica Navarro de Paz continues today. She's accused of trying to hire an undercover officer to kill her boyfriend's sister. Last week, she took the stand and described how she met her boyfriend's sister and what led to their fallout. Audio was also played for the jury from a meeting between Navarro de Paz and the undercover officer she allegedly tried to hire for the hit. If found guilty, she faces 5 years to 99 years or life in prison.
They spent months living below ground in a war zone. Now about 100 Ukrainian citizens have escaped the basements of the steel factory in Mariupol, and they're now arriving at temporary camps. Faith Abube reports they were given safe passage yesterday as more U.S. officials are now traveling overseas to visit Ukraine.
Harrowing tales of Ukrainians living in dire conditions, unable to escape Soviet-era bunkers below ground for fear of being shot and killed by Russians who had relentlessly shelled and surrounded the Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol. This video, shared by the far-right military group Azov Battalion and posted by Ukrainian officials, shows women and children being evacuated from the bunker. Natalia Izmanova says she lived 2 months in darkness and fear. Amid the evacuation of the plant, a congressional delegation led by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi traveled to Kyiv on Sunday to meet Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and to express continued U.S. support for his country. Pelosi is now the highest-ranking American official to visit Ukraine since the war began.
So our commitment is to be there for you until the fight is done.
Ukrainian ambassador to the U.S., Oksana Makarova, says the Biden administration's latest request for $33 billion in additional aid will go far in helping Ukraine's military and its people.
We need all the assistance we can get in defensive weapons, in military support, in financial support, but also in humanitarian support. And I think this request covers all of these areas.
And more civilians could be allowed to leave that steel plant in Mariupol today. President Zelensky said in a tweet that officials in Ukraine are working with the UN to provide an additional safe corridor. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Back here in Bexar County, you run out of time to take part in early voting. The last day is tomorrow. Voters are deciding whether to lower some property tax bills, approve bonds, and elect municipal and school district officials. So far in Bexar County, more than 25,400 people have cast their vote. If you're looking to avoid any lines, some popular locations include the Brook Hollow, Igo, and Maverick libraries. Polling hours are 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. If you want to see a sample ballot for a list of polling locations, head to KSAT.com. Election Day is Saturday, May 7th. Still coming up this half hour, several local football players will continue their careers in the NFL after getting drafted over the weekend. Who and where they're going, coming up.
Some local children getting ready to hit the stage and perform in a show that's been in the works since 2019. After the break, Max Massey explains why they experience setbacks and what audiences can expect now. The Children's Ballet of San Antonio just days away from their debut performance of Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp.
This is the ballet's first return to the Majestic since the start of the pandemic. Max Massey shows us how the cast and crew plan to make it special.
Lots of hard work. Hours in this studio rehearsing, learning new variations, and just working and sweating.
Music, choreography, and excitement.
Expect magic everywhere, excitement everywhere.
These children have been waiting for this performance for years.
We started talking about this production since 2019. It was originally planned to be in 2021, but with the disruptions and challenges of the pandemic, we now feel so lucky and honored to be able to come back live at the Majestic Theater.
Teamwork, precision, and attention to detail doesn't happen overnight, especially when you factor in the production has 200 dancers.
Our dancers train every day. But rehearsals take place mainly on Saturdays from 2 to 6 p.m.
So on top of the 3+ years of preparation, the hours and hours of practice, there's also original elements right from the Arabian Peninsula.
Choreographed a couple of pieces that they are very native from the region of Aladdin, and with the movement that bring in the culture and the regional elements to make it more authentic.
Regional dancing, and even regional musical instruments. The production is set for May 6th and May 7th at the Majestic, and these performers are ready to put on a show.
Excitement. I think that's all I can really say, like excitement and fun.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Majestic's probably a perfect place for that too, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
This is not so beautiful. 85% humidity, 90% humidity right now?
Yeah, it's pretty thick out there. But, at least the cloud cover is keeping the hot temperatures from showing up this afternoon. It's not going to be overly warm. It is going to be humid, though, and somewhat cloudy. The aquifer did not benefit from yesterday's rain. We didn't see all that much here in San Antonio. Only 0.3, it's down 0.3 of a foot to 647.6. In your pollen count, molds are high, 3,040. Good news here is I think oak season is finally winding down. It's in the low category at 70. Rainfall totals headed your way, plus a look ahead to Mother's Day. The forecast coming up.
Did he say there was like thunderstorms or loud noises that rolled through in the middle of the night last night?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just checking because
a lot of people got rain. That was good.
Well,
good stuff this week.
It wasn't a huge amount here in San Antonio, but at least we did get some overnight. There were some bigger totals down to the south of town where we picked up maybe 2 inches down towards Tilden. We have that graphic for you coming up. But first, we got to touch on the fact that it is May. And it is our busiest severe weather month. As you look over the last 20 years or so, this is the average number of severe weather reports in the state of Texas per month. So you see we ramp up in March. April's a pretty busy month, but May takes the cake. It's our busiest month here across the state and even here in South Texas when it comes to severe weather. But even into June, we can still get some of those stronger storms. Usually by mid-June is when things really start to kind of wind down a little bit. It's just reminder, be on your toes. We're going to see probably some more storms before it's all said and done as we go throughout the month of March. There's a look at the rainfall totals last night. Brackenville, close to 0.2 of an inch. You go past, same story. Pearsall, about 0.5 inch. The big winner last night, Tilden, picked up 2.1 inches, some of the heavier rain there, and fell right over where there is a pretty significant drought. So this maroon color here represents exceptional drought, and this was a place that desperately needed rain. They got it last night. We love to see that. Here in San Antonio, we did see some as well, just not as much. 0.13 of an inch at the airport, about 0.12 of an inch in Helotes, Stone Oak 0.08 of an inch, New Braunfels 0.08 of an inch, and unfortunately in New Braunfels, on the backside of this system, we also got some very, very strong winds, gusts to 71 miles per hour, as we mentioned earlier, which did do a little bit of damage there. You can see the peak measured gusts here. Even in San Antonio, we had a gust of 41. Sometimes with these storm systems, once they pass through on the backside of them, you can get very gusty winds. It's what we call wake low, and that's exactly what happened last night. So if you're wondering why stuff was blowing around this morning, that would be the reason. Let's go outside for you. We've got cloudy skies here at the airport, 78 degrees. Dew point is at 68. Southerly winds at about 11 miles per hour. And pretty expansive cloud cover. You can see the clouds are fairly thick over Bexar County. There are some breaks out west and some breaks as you get out towards Houston. Houston's seeing sunny skies, but this patch of clouds is going to stick with us probably through much of the afternoon, and that should keep temperatures down some. 76 Helotes, 79 Port SA. We're at 78 in Hondo, 82 Divine, 83 right now at Stinson. In our KSAT 12-hour forecast, we should be up around 85 by 3 p.m. We'll keep it mostly cloudy. 87 our high temperature, although if these clouds stay as thick as they are, we may not get there. 85 6 p.m. and then 84 by 7 o'clock. I do think we'll see a little bit of clearing this evening before clouds build back in coming up tomorrow morning. Here's the big picture, and this is the piece of energy that came through Texas. It's now swinging east of us, and in its wake, we've got some pretty quiet conditions. West Texas got pummeled yesterday with severe weather, and now they've got dry air. There's going to be a high fire danger for most of West Texas, so they switch one threat for another. Here in San Antonio, we've got enough moisture where fire concerns are not an issue. Here's a look at our forecast going forward, and by 5 o'clock still shows some clouds around. And then they build back in tomorrow morning, clouds and drizzle to start. And then by tomorrow afternoon, maybe a shower or storm along the Rio Grande, but nothing here in San Antonio. By Wednesday, we start off with clouds and drizzle again. And by Wednesday evening, things are pretty quiet, but we could see a little better chance as we get into Wednesday night. This is around 10 o'clock. Starting to see some storms develop out west, and maybe some of those work towards San Antonio. Wednesday and Thursday, I think, are 2 days in which we have some rain chances there. It really is probably going to be Wednesday night and Thursday evening, Thursday night. Those are the time frames we need to kind of watch for the potential for a few strong storms. So 91 Tuesday, 91 Wednesday, 90 on Thursday with that 30% chance of rain. After that, things dry out a little bit. 92 Friday, and look at Mother's Day weekend. 97 Saturday, 97 on Sunday. It's going to be a little toasty, and that's with humidity, guys.
Ooh, ouch. Yeah. Maybe an indoor barbecue. Using your oven.
I was going to say, that'd be interesting. A look back at the Cowboys draft and how it helps them with the upcoming season. And the Texans making some big moves and getting a lot of help for their upcoming season.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Overall, pretty basic draft for the Cowboys, but you could say there were a couple of surprises this year. One, they did not trade up. Indicated they might, didn't happen. They stuck with their original 9 picks, and with their first pick, they went with Tulsa's big 325-pound offensive lineman Tyler Smith, who's expected to start at guard after losing both Connor Williams and Leal Collins to free agency. Now, there were some thought that Smith went too high in the draft at number 24, but remember, the Aggies' Kenyon Green had already been scooped up by the Houston Texans, who used their second pick in the first round to grab him. After Smith, the Cowboys used their second-round pick to grab edge rusher Sam Williams out of Ole Miss to help fill that void left by the departure of Randy Gregory, and then South Alabama wide receiver Jalen Tolbert in the third round. The busiest day for the Cowboys was on Saturday, where they had 6 picks with 4 in the 5th round. The Cowboys believed that was the best round of the day for them. They started with a tight end and Jake Ferguson out of Wisconsin, included another big offensive tackle, 6'8", 312-pound Matt Waletzko from North Dakota. In the meantime, the Houston Texans were pretty active with a couple of trades. At one time, they had 13 picks, but wound up with 9. They did not pick a quarterback with any one of those picks, meaning Davis Mills going to be their starter. The Texans used their first pick to select LSU cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. with the 3rd overall pick in the draft, even though he has only played in 10 games in the last 2 seasons. That's because of injuries, including just 3 games last season following foot surgery. Then one of the deals, they took their 13th overall pick, traded down with the Philadelphia Eagles, number 15. They used that pick to select 2-time All-American lineman and Houston resident Kenyon Green out of A&M. One of the big gets for the Texans came in the 2nd round when they grabbed a Baylor safety, Jalen Petrie, who played for the Bears for 5 seasons and was an All-American last year. 3.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles. While not upgrading at quarterback, the Texans did give Mills another target by drafting Alabama wide receiver John Mechie, who had over 1,100 yards receiving, 8 touchdowns last year. But remember, he tore his ACL in the college football playoff semifinal, but says he will be ready to go by training camp. One of the big needs for the Texans was at running back, where they used their 4th-round pick to select Damian Pierce out of Florida.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. He won the Buckets in high school, the best linebacker.
Yeah, big moment for former Judson Rocket and fighting Texas Aggie to Marvin Leal. You can see the emotion right there. His family surrounded him. In front of his family and friends, he got that call to be going to Pittsburgh. He's going to be a Steeler. The defensive star had to wait until the 3rd round on Friday, but he was more than pleased. He was beginning his NFL career.
I was really just waiting on time. You know, I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I said God's timing is going to be unbelievable. So, you know, just waiting, and then it happened. You know, it was unexpected and gets the call. You know, of course, TV was behind just a little bit, so had to still wait a little bit longer, but it was amazing.
As it turns out, DeMarvin not the first local player selected in the NFL draft. It was former Steel star J.T. Woods out of Baylor who went with the Chargers with the 79th overall pick. So congratulations all in. All right, 2nd round or conference semifinals that tip off the NBA playoffs. In the East, the Boston Celtics played host to Giannis Antetokounmpo and the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. Celtics jump out early. Grant Williams missed, but Jaylen Brown throws it down. And then the Celtics with a 7-point lead. But just before the half, Antetokounmpo scores 8 straight to put the Bucks up 10, headed for the locker room. Celtics keep it close in the 3rd. Jason Tatum's downtown. And then Tatum, lob to Williams, throws it down. On the alley-oop, Bucks lead was cut down to 5. Giannis, too much to handle, tosses the ball off the backboard to himself. Look at that replay. Wow. Who needs the other 4 guys when you can do that? He had a triple-double, 24 points, 13 boards, 12 assists. Bucks take game 1 and steal home court advantage away from the Celtics, 101-89. So here's a look at your playoff right now. The Miami Heat In Philadelphia, 76ers will play game 1 today at 6:30, and then Milwaukee and Boston will play game 2 tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Bucks lead the series 1-0. Over in the West, Stephen Curry and the Warriors taking on Jay Morant and the Grizzlies. Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals. This one gets a little physical. Draymond Green with a hard foul on Brandon Clark. Green grabs Clark's jersey, yanks him to the floor, and Green says goodbye. He got ejected for that. On his way out, he starts waving at the edge in the crowd on. You saw that. This game goes down to the wire, tied at 1:14, a little over a minute to play. Morant on the baseline. Clark for a layup. It's 1:16, 1:14, just over 30 seconds to play. Klay Thompson answers. Klay's going to get a three, and then you saw the play right there to end it. Memphis couldn't get it to go. Morant hard to the rim, but it wouldn't fall. So there's your final. 117-116, Golden State over Memphis, so they take the 1-0 lead. Here's Phoenix and Dallas, game 1 tonight. That's at 9 o'clock. Golden State and Memphis once again tomorrow at 8:30. Warriors lead that series 1-0. Phoenix, Dallas should be a very interesting series as well.
Boston all the way.
You think so? We're down 1-0 already. Okay.
I'm wearing my green.
Well, there you go.
Google giving people more options to remove personal information from their searches. How it's expanding its removal processes, coming up in the next half hour.
And thousands of Ford SUVs now part of a recall alert because they could be in danger of rolling away while parked. Dealerships are working to fix the issue in the next half hour.
May has arrived. Warmer weather isn't the only thing that comes with it, though. A new month welcomes new sales. So coming up today at 5, 12 News Side's Marilyn Moritz shares where to find huge markdowns on things like smartwatches and when to save on some bigger items like energy-efficient appliances or even a mattress. We've got the details you don't want to miss this month, today at 5. Now to the latest on an urgent manhunt that's now underway for an escaped inmate who's considered armed and dangerous.
The Alabama murder suspect missing since Friday, and apparently with the help of a corrections officer. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
For 3 days now, an urgent manhunt underway for 38-year-old Casey White, charged with capital murder and on the run after breaking out of an Alabama jail.
Inmate was being transported from the jail to the courthouse around 9:30 a.m. this day. Inmate never arrived at courthouse.
He's considered armed and dangerous. Police searching for any clues in his disappearance, scouring nearby areas.
He's a very dangerous individual.
White missing since Friday morning, along with the assistant director of corrections at the jail, 17-year veteran Vicky White, who is not related to the suspect. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office saying Vicky was last seen escorting Casey to the courthouse Friday around 9:40 a.m. for an alleged mental health evaluation. Authorities later discovering no evaluation was scheduled. Officials then realizing the patrol car the pair left in had been sitting in this parking lot at a nearby shopping center since at least 11 a.m.
We're pretty well convinced that she assisted Casey White escape. Really, the question we have lingering is, did she do that willingly?
The sheriff saying that Friday was set to be White's last day at work, turning in retirement paperwork just 24 hours before. He says she was a model employee.
And I can tell you that every employee in this office is shocked that she's missing and that this has happened.
Vicky's mother says Vicky recently sold her house and was living with her, adding she last heard from her daughter the morning she went missing.
You know, I never heard of him, never seen his picture, nothing. I didn't know anything about him.
This nationwide manhunt involving the FBI, the ATF, local law enforcement, and the U.S. Marshals Service, which tells ABC News they're offering up to $10,000 in reward money for information leading to the inmate's arrest. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th chaos at the U.S. Capitol getting approval to get email marketing data from the Republican National Committee. That decision came last night by the D.C. District Court. It's considered to be a victory for investigators who are collecting details linked to the movement that tried to overthrow the 2020 presidential election. The judge in the case was appointed to the court by then-President Donald Trump. That judge rejected the RNC's claims that the House doesn't have the proper authorization to get that information. The RNC has the ability to appeal, so that data is not being released just yet.
First Lady Jill Biden traveling to Romania and Slovakia this week to show support for displaced Ukrainian families. While overseas, she is set to meet with members of the U.S. military and top-level government officials. She leaves on Thursday. Romania is her first stop, where there's been a large influx of refugees fleeing Russia's violent war on Ukraine. She's meeting with humanitarian aid workers and members of the Romanian government, and she'll speak with educators helping teach displaced Ukrainian children. In Slovakia, Mrs. Biden will visit refugees being housed by locals there. This is the second solo trip abroad for the First Lady. She visited Japan back in July for the Olympics.
Up to 250,000 Ford Explorers now being recalled due to a defect that may allow the vehicle to roll away while parked. This is affecting Explorers from 2020 to 2022. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, a bolt in the rear axle could break, and that could cause the drive shaft to disconnect. That would increase the risk of the vehicle rolling away while in park. Dealerships are going to replace or update the parts free of charge. The owners are expected to get notified beginning June 6th.
Outside with live cam, we're starting off the week a little warm, a little humid, and apparently we're going to end the week a little warmer and maybe even more humid.
Let's just call it hot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be downright hot. By the time we get into Mother's Day weekend, we're talking upper 90s. Humidity is not going anywhere either. I want to show you the temperatures across the country, though, because, yes, it is warm here in Texas, but it is pretty chilly as you get up into the northern tier of states. It's 44 right now in Omaha, 44 in Minneapolis, 37 in Denver. They're on the backside of this storm system, which, of course, caused all the severe weather yesterday. And that cold air is funneling south. Now, it will not make it into Texas. We're not going to feel it. The front will get close to us, but it will not move through. So we stay in the warmth. 78 degrees here. 77 Memphis, 83 Atlanta, 62 right now in St. Louis. So you can see where some of the cool air is. And as far as the rain goes, well, that low is still spinning. There's actually some snow right around the Denver area. And there is going to be more storms today in places like Missouri, maybe up towards Illinois. But Texas is done with the severe weather for now. There may be a few more bouts in our future as we get later into the week. Temperature-wise, we've lowered high temperatures just a little bit today just because cloud cover looks like it will hang around. So we're going to go 85 here in San Antonio. And we may not get out of the 70s in a few spots like Bandera and Bernie up to Kerrville. Highs only in the 70s today when we're talking high temperatures. Again, there's another look across the country. But we're going to talk about our forecast coming up, which does include a few more chances for some storms. It's coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. The world's most popular internet search tool is now expanding its removal policies. It's letting people request the removal of additional personal information from searches. We're going to take a look at the changes that Google is making still ahead.
And a popular Airbnb policy is ending at the end of this month. How it will affect some cancellation requests coming up. Airbnb says after May 31st, guests will have to cover short-term rental costs even if the cancellation was due to coronavirus. For much of the pandemic, guests who had to cancel an Airbnb reservation could do so without penalty. Starting at the end of May, cancellation policies will return to the discretion of the individual host property. Some Airbnb rentals only require 24 hours of advance notice. Others may require cancellation 5 days in advance for a full refund. Airbnb is promising to offer guests travel insurance in the near future, which will provide yet another refund option for consumers.
Google's going to now let people remove even more personal information from searches. The company says people could already remove sensitive, personally identifiable information such as bank and credit card numbers and medical records. But now Google is going to entertain requests for the removal of phone numbers, email addresses, physical home addresses, and confidential login credentials. Google says the availability of personal contact information online can be used in harmful ways. It says maximizing access to information while empowering people to be in control of their personal information is a critical balance they need to strike.
So I was trying to ease us into this thing with warm and warmer, but I've been overruled by you two, so we're just going to call it hot. All right, fine.
Well, it's not till the end of the week, right?
Yeah, we got some time.
We're warming up. Yeah, it's going to be gradual.
Ish. Yeah. 78 degrees so far today, 71 The low this morning, averages are 83 and 62. Records are 99 and 47, so it could be so much worse. That was set back in 1964. Being told a little bit of light rain out there. We're going to take a look at that cloud cover and potential for a little bit of light rain today, coming up in just a second.
KSAT 12 celebrates Military City, USA, powered by USAA.
San Antonio has been called Military City USA for decades, and now we're showing you why we're at the heart of military training for our troops. For many enlisting in the United States Air Force, their basic military training starts here at Joint Base San Antonio Lackland, better known as the gateway to the Air Force.
They step on drill as soon as they step off the bus. And in the 5th week, by the end of the 3rd week of training, they should be pretty proficient with drill movements. But we continue those. We want to sharpen those skills. We want to get that precision, that sharpness, so that we look good in our drill movements and what we do every day.
The new recruits will go through 8 weeks of training to learn important skills needed to become an airman.
So drill is a really important aspect of basic training. What they want to learn here is the discipline that it instills in them, being able to move from point A to point B. Also, being able to move from that point A to point B together as one unit, one team. Before you come into the military, you're civilian, you're worried about yourself at home. You only have you to watch out for. But when you come here, it's a teamwork aspect. You have to consider everybody else in this team and be able to come together and work together as one unity in order to get the mission done.
You knew summer had to come sooner or later,
Yeah,
right?
well, knocking on the door now, isn't it?
Yeah, we have to be ready for this.
Unfortunately so. Yeah, but you know, we can wait until the weekend before we have to deal with that. It's going to be fairly nice today, and the radar is now revealing a few showers. We mentioned that right before the break. Starting to see a few showers pop up with this cloud cover we have in place. Now look, this is not going to be heavy. It's not going to cause a lot of problems, but we are noticing that in eastern parts of Bandera County, maybe up into Kendall County around Bernie. You may be seeing some very light rain at this hour. This is going to track through northern parts of Bexar County as well. As far as rainfall totals, it's not going to add up to much, as I said. But you know what? It's nice to see it out there, and it's going to keep things kind of on the cool side. You look at the time lapse. We had some of those showers and storms come through, and then we've been left with really cloudy skies through much of today. A few peaks of sun this morning. 78 degrees. Dew point is at 68, so it is extremely sticky with southerly winds at about 11 miles per hour. And we mentioned that May is severe weather season, but let's talk about temperatures. To start the month, we average 83 is our high, 62 is our low. By the time we get towards the end of the month, 90 is the average high and 70 is the average low. We average about 4 inches of precipitation, and as I said, this is usually the peak of severe weather season. Temperatures right now, 78 degrees at the airport, 83 New Braunfels, 74 Kerrville, 78 in Hondo. So where those clouds are thicker, we are seeing the cooler temperatures, but some warmer numbers as you get down towards Laredo and Corpus Christi. A little closer look here, 79 Port SA, 82 Castroville. We're at 77 up there at Canyon Lake. Wind gusts, gusting anywhere from 20 to 25. And winds are going to be a little breezy today, I think, out of the south. You're going to see continued gusts right around 20 or so, and that'll go right on into tonight. The dew point tracker, you know, there's not a lot of point in showing this other than to say it is going to be humid all the way through the weekend. The dew point's kind of stuck right around 70. We're stuck in the muggy territory. There's going to be a couple of fronts that try to get close, but they just don't push through, and we would need a front to really get rid of that humidity. The cloud cover, you can see it here. It's fairly thick. Now, eventually, this little patch of rain that we were showing you in this area of cloud cover will push through, and we'll see some, I think, more sun coming up tomorrow. Water vapor shows that that big piece of energy that brought the severe weather yesterday is pushing east as that area of low pressure swirls up there across the plains. Here's what our forecast looks like, and that does show a few showers there, but by this evening, clouds try to sort of scatter out a little bit. We'll see a break before the clouds move back in tomorrow morning. We start off with clouds and drizzle on your Tuesday, and then by the afternoon, partly cloudy skies. Now, there is a 20% chance for a storm or two out towards Del Rio and Eagle Pass tomorrow evening, but nothing here in San Antonio. Wednesday morning, we start off with clouds and drizzle. You kind of get the pattern here. And then by the afternoon, not much, but as we get into Wednesday evening, we'll fast forward here to 10 p.m. There are some storms that want to try to develop out in the hill country and maybe edge a little bit closer to San Antonio. 20% chance for us Wednesday night. As we get into Thursday, a little better chance. There's a weak frontal boundary that gets a little bit closer to San Antonio. And I think that brings our rain chances up. So those are kind of the two times we'll be watching. Wednesday night, Thursday night for some chances of storms. It'll still be warm. 91 Tuesday, 91 Wednesday, 90 on Thursday. And then after that, drier air comes in and temperatures really kind of ramp up. I say drier air. It's not, we talked about the dew point staying up. It's slightly drier. And so temperatures try to skyrocket. 97 on Saturday, 97 on Sunday for Mother's Day. It'll be hot. And I think it will be somewhat humid too. So be prepared. Stay cool. We don't want any moms overheating. Be prepared. Flowers, chocolates. That too. Don't forget. Yeah.
Just don't take the chocolates outside. You'll be all right.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right, the country music world mourning a big loss after Naomi Judd passed away. We're going to take a look at the iconic singer's accomplishments after the break.
Now to the shocking loss of a country music legend, Naomi Judd. Her death announced was just one day before her Country Music Hall of Fame induction.
Her daughters, Ashley and Winona, paying tribute to her at a ceremony last night. ABC's Janae Norman has more.
Love can build
The world celebrating the timeless melodies from mother-daughter duo The Judds this morning while mourning the loss of Naomi Judd as country music honors her legacy. Her daughters, Winona and Ashley, stepped forward to remember their mom.
I'm going to make this fast because my heart's broken.
Winona emotional as she accepted the award just one day after her mother's passing.
I feel so blessed, and it's a very strange dynamic to be this broken and this blessed.
Her sister, actress Ashley Judd, in tears.
My mama loved you so much, and she appreciated your love for her. And I'm sorry that she couldn't hang on until today.
The two women acknowledging their profound grief as they navigate what they call unknown territory. Though no exact cause of death has been revealed, Ashley tweeting a statement Saturday saying, "We sisters experienced a tragedy. We lost our beautiful mother to the disease of mental illness." The Judds skyrocketed to fame in the 1980s, becoming one of the most successful duos in country music history, with 14 #1 singles, 5 Grammys, and more than 20 million albums sold. But behind the success, Naomi revealing she was struggling, telling our Robin Roberts in 2016 about her private battle.
Because they see me in rhinestones, with glitter in my hair. That really is who I am. But then I would come home and not leave the house for 3 weeks and not get out of my pajamas, not practice normal hygiene. It was really bad.
Naomi candid about her struggle with depression.
Why now, Naomi? Why do you share this now?
Because what I've been through is extreme. My final diagnosis was severe depression. Treatment resistant, because they tried me on every single thing they had in their arsenal. I'm content and at peace because I practice radical acceptance every single day. Please join me in telling the truth about depression and anxiety to anyone who will listen. It's a disease of the brain.
Through it all, music was her comfort.
The music that I created, this meditation music, just would help me.
And love is just a song.
Just as it helped millions of her fans.
Oh, Grandma, tell me about the good old days.
Naomi, a single mother who had Winona as a teenager, working as a waitress, eventually becoming a nurse before turning to country music. The two performing their hit, Love Can Build a Bridge, just 3 weeks ago at the CMT Awards. It would be their final performance together.
Love, only love.
Naomi Judd was 76 years old.
That was Janae Norman reporting.
All right, let's take you downtown. SA Live, ready to kick off another fun, fantastic, full of food week.
Yep.
Yes, okay, and we are going to make sure you're ready for Cinco de Mayo and Mother's Day.
Yes, indeed, and a special Mother's Day brunch is thanks to Adriana Perez, a chef who has cooked for a former president. We're going to tell you who, but we're making, well, you got to crack some eggs to make an omelet and also a quiche, right? You have a tip on that.
That's right. So contrary to popular belief, when you crack an egg, it's better to crack on a flat surface than the edge of the bowl. Get less shell.
Less shell, okay. Oh,
clean break.
Look at that, one-handed.
So quick, I didn't even see it happen.
I know.
One more time.
I'll do it again. There you go.
Okay, we're going to break eggs, and we're making a very simple, and it looks complicated, but he says it's easy to do, make a quiche.
And Jen is with some very well-deserving moms who are about to get a makeover.
That's right. We're here at D'Anthony's Salon, and they're right behind me. These three. Wait, you can't see. You can't see yet. Okay, you have to stick around to see the reveal. But I have owner Diane Diaz de Leon. Why was this long overdue for these three moms?
Because us moms put ourselves last, always. And these three ladies have something in common. They all have fox color. And so it's time, and it's going to be revealed in just a few minutes.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right, guys, back to you.
Well, we are celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Month, and we are celebrating yes, this is lumpia. Filipino-licious is here. No, stop. What? You are going to make one, and then you can eat it. Okay?
Well, let me see how they're supposed to taste first.
Oh, I knew it. All right, all that and more, of course, when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.
Delicious.
You can't just have one. You're going to have another one.
I know.
It is May, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the Alamo City this month.
Of course, it's Mother's Day coming up this weekend. Memorial Day also takes place in May. If you're looking for something to do, Flags for Fallen Vets always need volunteers to help place flags and then go back and pick them all up.
And there's also the Tejano Conjunto Festival and some free events like a jazz concert series at the Japanese Tea Gardens.
See, we told you it's a full month. If you would like the full list of all the events going on in May, all you got to do is go to KSAT.com.
A few showers out there. We're not looking for much today, but lots of clouds. Temperatures up around 85. We're sitting at 79 right now. A few storms out west tomorrow, though now rain chances build just a little bit Wednesday into Thursday. We'll be looking for a few storms, and then temperatures skyrocket. It's going to be hot by the weekend.
Thank you, Justin, and thank you for watching the news at noon with us.
And we've already learned something before we even throw it down to SA Live. It's better to crack your egg on a solid surface than on the side of the bowl. I did not know that.
Really?
That's what he said. Yeah, I did not know.
We don't get shells in the bowl.
In the bowl.
Nah, smart.
See? Smart move there. SA Live starts right
now.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Oh, hello, puppy. Whose puppy are you?
He didn't want to be on TV too. Yeah, he's like, no, please get the camera out of my face.
Oh my goodness.
Was that you who was going after him, Ted? Wow. Oh, that was kind of sad.
I know. Please tell me that dog.
I don't know if that's a good way to start the week or not.
Okay.
Anyway, hi everyone. I'm Mike Ostrage. Happy Monday, except for that dog.
I know. And I'm Fiona Gorstiza, and of course it's Monday, and all of us may need that little extra pick-me-up of a cup of joe. So we want to know, do you have a favorite coffee mug?
I don't know.
We do. Job security. We do.
Yes. Hi. We're good company folk here, so.
All right. You have one, right?
I have one, yes.
Besides this one.
Last year for Father's Day, my boys got me a coffee mug, and I think I have a picture of it. We don't have the picture. Darn. It was
describe it.
Darth Vader, and it says, your powers are not weak, old man. I was like, thanks for that. So, yeah.
I guess we have to see it.
I guess you have to see it. So, I have an egg here. We're going to show you how to crack this in a second. So,
okay, so why don't you share your favorite coffee mug with us at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter, and we'd love to see those. Later on in the show.
I tried. I checked here.
Okay.
Take a look at this picture here.
No, it's only an hour show. Okay. All right, our first guest.
Our first guest has quite a culinary resume. He was on Food Network show Cooks vs. Cons and was even the personal chef to former President George H.W. Bush and his wife,
Barbara.
That's so cool. Chef Adrian Perez is here to show you how to treat mom to a presidential, if you will, Mother's Day breakfast. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you all for having me. Yeah, the quiche is something really simple to make. People are intimidated by it. It was the first recipe I ever learned.
So a quiche, because it's true. Most people think quiche and they go, oh,
it's super beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of intricacy to it, and there's a crust involved. People get nervous about the crust, but it's really simple to make.
Okay. So how do we get started?
All right. So first we start off with a little bit of knife skills first and foremost, and knife safety. So we're going to chop our vegetables up. Now I always put a wet paper towel or a wet towel under my cutting board, and it keeps it from sliding. So you don't want to cut when you're swiveling around like so.
So simple.
It is very simple. A simple fix. Always hold your knife by pinching it with your forefinger and your thumb like so. Never put your finger over the top. A lot of folks like to do this, and what that does is wobble the knife. Okay, so pinch it, get a nice handle on it and balance, and just go. Your knife should actually never leave the cutting board. So if you notice, you just slide back and forth like this while you're cutting things. Say I have a zucchini, if you have a better example. Right. Up and down like so, and just let it glide back and forth. Okay. So just keep it simple, live a natural life, leave the cutting board, and curl your fingers in when you're cutting as well. Okay. Yeah, so it's better to nick a knuckle than nick a fingertip, right?
And all those veggies go into a pan. And you said that the secret to that is?
Keep them dry. So once they're sauteed, you're going to dab them with a paper towel and get the moisture off of them. And don't salt them until they're done because they'll weep a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, salt them done. So saute those in a couple tablespoons of butter. And while those are cooking, we're going to par bake our pie crust. So I used a puff pastry today, and all I did was poke some holes in the bottom of the pie there. And I'm going to weigh it down with some dry beans or dry rice. This is garbanzo beans, so that way it keeps it from rising. So par bake that for about 15 minutes.
But you can use just a regular pie crust, though,
Absolutely.
that you buy.
Yeah. This is what I had left in the freezer, so we're using the puff pastry today. But yes, definitely
But it's light, it's flaky.
It's fine. I think it's more fun. It's more rustic and more real.
And that's the other thing, when you said that's what you had in the freezer, that's the thing about a quiche, almost like an omelet, is where whatever in the fridge will work. That's what you put in
Absolutely.
it.
So I'm using a mix of cheeses I have in the fridge as well. I'm using the Wisconsin cheeses. I've got some pepper jack, some Gouda over there to go with the bacon. Oh, there's bacon in this also, by the way. And then we're adding a little bit of the cheddar as well. So just mix any cheese you want. They'll all work together. You're adding cream to this. It's going to taste delicious no matter what.
And before you throw the vegetables in, you want to make sure you kind of sop up the...
Pat them dry a little bit, yeah. Definitely.
So that they don't... So the crust doesn't get all soggy, right?
Absolutely.
And what's the ratio of eggs to cream here?
So we're going to do 6 eggs to about a cup and a half, or about a cup of half and half. You can have cream. You do milk, you do mix. Everyone does something different. Salt and pepper are going to go in there as well.
And no flour.
No flour in this one.
I always thought there was flour in a quiche.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no flour there.
I don't know.
I could be wrong too. There's
Did they not do it? Maybe they did that a long time ago.
Back in the day. It sounds like a classic version of this. So once those are going to be cooked down, and listen, when your vegetables are in the skillet, let them sit there and do their job. Let them cook. You want them to brown and caramelize. That's where all the natural flavor is. And then spinach and the sour cream will mix together as well.
And does this go in the egg mix?
It is, but it's not here first. No. So we're going to layer this together. So move all this out of the way. And I added some fresh herbs to there as well if you want to. Anything you want.
So this goes in first?
Well, yes, this goes in first.
Okay.
And then next goes the vegetables.
Okay. Alrighty.
Good job. That was quick. It's quicker than I made it.
Spread out there.
Spread it nice and even. Okay. Your oven's probably around 350, depending on what kind of crust you're doing. Over the top goes the vegetables. Okay. And then you're going to pile on all this cheese.
Oh wow.
All the goodness.
Okay, because my first thought would be, mix everything in the egg and then dump it in there. But you just, like you said,
I think
have to layer it.
So. Right. So I used to do the same thing. I was very lazy back in the day, and I discovered when you layer it, it just bakes softer and more fluffier, if you will.
Okay. And then cheese?
The cheese goes on top, and then we're just going to drizzle that with the ladle, the egg mix over the top of that. Okay. And pop it in the oven. And listen, if your crust on the edges gets too golden and it's cooked too fast, just cover it with a little bit of foil on the edges.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So you don't just dump this in there, just get it all...
I mean, you can. It's kind of fun. The kids would be fun with this. It's easy to make for them as well. So make a little mess. It's all right.
And how long and how hot?
Now you went over the edge there. Now we got to fix that. Hold on. No, I'm kidding. Just of course. I'm messing with you. That's good. That's okay. Leave a little room for it to rise, and then pop it in the oven, cook it, uncover on a nice baking sheet, and it's done in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
There we go.
Our finished dish is over there.
All right.
There you go.
We've got about 30 seconds left, but I want you to tell the story real quick of how you ended up a personal chef to a former president.
Oh goodness. Well, okay. I was living in my car. I just started my business first year. Struggling a little bit. Customer service is very important to me. I had a client who had the connection. I didn't know it was the Bushes, but I was delivering to her. She needs special meals for her and her baby. She just had a baby. So she said, I'm going to refer you to the Bushes. They need a replacement chef for a month. And there I was sitting in their kitchen the next day, cooking 3 or 4 meals a day, 8 hours a day. And it was the biggest honor of my career so far.
And you said they're eating healthier at the time, and you were instructed no.
I was instructed
no
not to give him any kind of libations, any kind of bad sugar, but President Bush did like his whiskey and pecan cherry ice cream after dinner.
And so you don't say no to a president.
You don't say no to the president. So he got his he got a small portion of that just to get him by. So yeah.
That's a great story. All right, well, if you'd like more information on Personal Chef Adrian and complete eats to go on our website, SALive.com, and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab, or just snap that QR code right there at the bottom of your screen. And he is going to be back with 3 great ways to make guacamole coming up.
All right. So a great meal for mom is awesome, but how about a fantastic makeover?
I love these makeovers. And Argenta Biostrowski is live over there at one of our favorite places, DeAnthony's Salon, where she's about to reveal the final looks for some deserving moms. Hi, Jen.
It's like, we can't really go by that.
That's right. We're here at DeAnthony's Salon here at the Dominion location, and there's 3 deserving women here that we're about to reveal their final look. But Diane is joining me now, the owner. Diane, tell me about what's going on here today.
Today we have 3 beautiful women, and we've done makeovers on them. My team is amazing. We're usually closed on Mondays, but we open up just for them.
So they really deserve this, and she's going to explain why. Let's get our first model, Melinda's photo, on the screen so you can see her before photo, and let me know more about Melinda.
Okay, so Melinda, she had very dark hair. Her stylist, Heaven, wanted to do multiple techniques of giving her different variations of lightener. So she wanted her to be a very dimensional brunette, and that's exactly what she did.
It looks beautiful. I can't wait to show everybody. And she's a mom of 4, right?
She is a mom of 4, and she looks amazing. Her makeup artist was Dylan, and this is her.
Okay, time for the reveal. Here she is, and ta-da, beautiful. How do you feel?
I feel great. Very thankful for this opportunity from the salon, and being a boy mom of 4, I now feel great and look great. So date night tonight.
Yes. Let's show them the back. Look at a little bit of hints of red going in there. Lots of dimensional brunette. She looks absolutely stunning. Heaven did an amazing job.
Yes, beautiful. So we'll see that final before and after now. As you can see, very pretty. I see all the dimension and a beautiful cut and a well-deserving mom. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Amazing.
Yes,
Okay.
The team does such a great job. All right, so we're going to get our next mom on the screen now, and that is Casey is our next mom. So we'll have her picture come up. Perfect. So tell me about Casey.
Casey is a mom of triplets. She doesn't take time for herself, and she hasn't came into the salon for over 2 years. So this is Casey, her stylist Lorenzo. We started out with a very dark canvas, so he had to lighten her up, put multiple foils in there, and even out her color. She looks fantastic.
Okay, again, you had mentioned earlier the box colors, what they were, when the pandemic happened and all that.
Yes.
We had to do what we had to do. So, all right, time for the reveal. You ready? Here she is. Beautiful. Wow. So tell me what they did here.
Well, we took her to a much lighter level. As you can see on her before and after picture, she was very dark. She has multiple highlights in her hair now, and you can see her hair as she turns around and shows all the different colors. We have a lot of warm tones in here, and they just look absolutely natural. It fits her complexion beautifully. And her makeup artist was Cecilia, and her stylist is Lorenzo, and he did an amazing job. Look at all that color now.
How do you feel?
I feel wonderful. I'm so happy to be here, and my hair turned out absolutely perfect.
Nice. So we'll get one more final look at the before and the after. And wow, beautiful. Again, mom of triplets. Wow.
Yes.
Busy moms. Well
Yes.
deserved. All right. So we'll move on to our final mom. And our final mom is Rosa. Tell me about Rosa, Diane.
Well, Rosa has 3 daughters, 5 grandchildren. She stays very busy with the kids. But again, she was doing box color, very dark. Israel, her stylist, took her to a nice much lighter level, and he did diagonal slices throughout her whole hair. Everything that wasn't in a foils, we went in and darkened to give her dimension as well. Finished up with a beautiful cut and style, and she looks amazing.
All right, now it is time to see the reveal, and there she is, beautiful Rosa. How do you feel?
I feel pretty, and I'm very thankful for this makeover. I'm speechless.
You don't
Yes.
take too much time for yourself then, right?
Yes.
So I feel really, really nice today.
And look at the colors that she has, multiple dimension in her hair, lots of dimension. Highlights, lowlights, this is called a blonde. You're not really blonde and you're not really brown. You're a little bit of both, you know? Israel's her stylist and Cecilia was her makeup artist.
Looks very, very nice. And we can see the before and after there. The final look. Gorgeous. Now, Diane, we know this is a busy season. Thank you, ladies. Well,
yes.
Moms, let me get on this side. But let's talk about what else you do. You have we have prom coming up and all of that stuff, and they can find you. How many locations in town?
We have 3 locations. We have Helotes, Alamo Heights, and Dominion. Look us up. We do weddings, proms, everything. Anything doing with hair, we can take care of it.
All right. Thank you so much, Diane. Thank you, ladies, for all you do as moms. And Fiona, Mike, I'm going to send it back to you.
I always love those makeovers, and they just the smiles and they leave them speechless.
Yes.
Thank you, Jen.
All right, still ahead on SA Live, one local stop, tons of great gift ideas for mom. We're checking out some of the one-of-a-kind items you can only find here.
But first, we are celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and here to help us are the folks from Filipino-licious, showing off the delicious, lumpia right there.
Yeah, that's your
all
jam,
those.
if you will.